This is what a $100 DIY ceramic coating looks like. Now, if you get this done professionally, it can cost over $1,000. But here's the catch: if you don't get the prep right, you either risk the ceramic coating not bonding to the paint or locking in swirls and scratches and faded paint. So in this video, I'm going to show you the full step-by-step process on my Mazda. And at the end, I'm also going to show you the same ceramic coating on my WRX that I did over 6 months ago and show how that's holding up. Now, I want you to think of the car's paint in a vertical stack form. And this is really going to help you understand how we clean and prep the car for that ceramic coating. At the bottom, you've got the base coat of paint, which is the color of the car. In my case, this is silver. And then above that, you've got a clear coat. And this is what protects that base coat and also gives the car its shine. Now, in that clear coat, you can get embedded contaminants and things like iron that stick themselves into that clear coat. Then on top of that, you're going to get things that stick to the clear coat like tar. And lastly, you're going to get your sort of looser contaminants like mud and dirt that are just sitting on top of the clear coat. This is the Mazda that we're going to be working on today. And you can see on here that mud and dirt that's sitting on top of the paint. So the first thing we want to do is give the car a good wash.
I like to start off by hosing off any loose dirt and mud and then hitting the car with the foam cannon. Then it's just a matter of washing the car down with a mitt. Using the 2-bucket method can help reduce scratching the paint. Then dry it off with either a blower or a chamois.
You can see after washing, we've gotten rid of all that dirt and mud off the side of the car. We have these black dots still, which haven't come off, and that's bits of tar and road grime. Now, you can get specialist bug and tar remover, which is going to take that off, but chances are you've already got something in the garage that's going to do it just fine, and that is WD-40, and it's actually one of the uses they advertise on their website. Now, you basically just want to spray this on here like this. Now, I've let that sit on there for a bit. I've got a clean microfiber, which I've also sprayed with some WD-40. And you can see that's starting to rub off. Okay, so now with not too much effort, we've gotten rid of all of that tar off the car. So next up, we're going to move on to the iron decontamination. But first, I'm just going to give it a quick contactless wash to get any of that oily residue from the WD-40 off the car. Now I'm going to be using the Gyeon iron remover, and basically you just spray this on like this. You'll see it start to bleed like this, which means it's starting to work and remove the iron that's contaminating the paint. Now, the final stage in the decontamination process is to clay bar the car, and that's going to pick up any embedded contaminants in the paint, as well as any tar or anything like that that you've missed. Now, you do need a lubricant while you're using the clay bar, and you can buy special clay bar lubricants, but what I've found works just as well and is heaps cheaper is just some car wash mixed with some water. You can either have a little container or a spray bottle, works really well. So when you're clay barring, you want to spray down some lubricant on the area that you're going to be working, and then you'll get your clay bar, which initially is going to be completely clean like this. And then you want to begin to work over the whole car in small sections like this. So you can see some small little specks of stuff there, and you just want to work over the whole car, sort of like that. You can see that speck's gone, and just work over it in circular motions. Now, if you've never clay barred before, it's kind of hard to explain, but it'll feel kind of rough as you're working over a spot, and then it'll become smooth. And you pretty much just want to work over a spot until each spot becomes smooth and you don't feel any resistance. Now, this driveway to garage transition is a bit of a visual representation of what it might feel like. So as you rub in the clay bar, it'll initially feel like this, and then as you work it, it'll become smooth and feel sort of like this would. You can see in the clay bar now a bunch of different sediments. So what you can then do is just get the bar, sort of fold it in on itself, and then start working on a new surface. All right, so I've gone over the whole car now with the clay bar, and then I've just given it a rinse with some fresh water to get that soap off that I used as a lubricant. Now, the car is completely free of all those contaminants that I talked about earlier, and it's looking pretty clean. So now we can move on to finishing off the paint and making it look as good as possible before we put the ceramic coating on. The paint on the Mazda is actually in pretty good condition, so it doesn't really need a lot. So I'm going to be using Meguiar's Ultimate Polish, and I'm going to be using the Ryobi 18-volt orbital polisher with the yellow polishing pad. Now, when I did my WRX, the paint was really bad on that. So for that, I started off with Meguiar's Ultra Cut compound and I used the heavy cutting pad. So what you're gonna have to do in this step is really gonna depend on the condition of your paint to begin with. If the paint's really bad, you wanna start with a higher cutting compound and then move to your polishing compounds. And if you don't have a machine polisher, don't worry, you can just use one of these foam applicator pads and then buff it off with a microfiber. Just means you're gonna need a lot more elbow grease. Now these random orbital polishers are really easy to use. They're great for beginners as well, and because they spin both in a circular motion, but then they also have a random orbit to it, makes it harder to damage your paint and put swirls and burn it. So what we want to do is get some of our polishing compound, put it on the pad, and then just focusing on small areas at a time, dab some of that down, and then basically just start working in a crisscross pattern. Then I can get a clean microfiber and just buff that off. So if you're doing this by hand, similar kind of thing, you want to use your applicator pad, dab on your polish, and then you're just going to have to put some elbow grease in and polish that away, working in a circular motion, and get your microfiber and buff it off. So the car is all polished now and I've buffed it down with a clean microfiber. We're going to be using the Gyeon ceramic coating. So there's one more step before we put that on, which is to spray it down with the Gyeon Prep, which is basically like a degreaser. It's going to make sure there's no oils or contaminants or anything from polishing left on the paint and make sure we get a really good bond. So with this, we just want to spray down the whole car, one panel at a time, and then with another clean microfiber, just wipe that all off. So after all that prep, I can finally put the ceramic coating on. I think I spent about 4 or 5 hours prepping the car for this. And for the ceramic coating, I'm using the Gyeon Show Q2 coating. Now it comes in a little box. In here, you get this tiny little bottle. This is about $100. I think it's 30 ml, which seems like a small amount, but it is going to be plenty to do the car. In the box, you also get an applicator pad as well as some instructions. So you're going to give the ceramic coating a good shaking and then apply a good amount to this applicator pad. And then start to apply this in small sections. I want to get that on there as evenly as I can. You want to make sure you're applying this out of the sun and not in super hot temperatures. And then as soon as that starts to flash off, about 10 seconds or so, with another clean microfiber, buff that off. So I'm going to go ahead now and apply this to the whole car.
This ceramic coating is super easy to work with and it's very forgiving. Just focus on getting a consistent, even coating. You can overlap slightly if needed to ensure you don't miss any spots. You can actually go back over the car and do a second coating, which will further extend the life of the coating, but you will need more than one bottle if you're going to do this. Well, the car is fully coated now. I'm going to say that took at least 6 hours. It's kind of hard to tell when you're filming exactly how long the actual project takes. But I'm going to let that cure now for at least 12 hours and then we'll take a look at the results. All right, well, it's the next day and that coating is completely cured now. So let's take a look at the car and what the water beading is like. The paint on the car has come up quite glossy and shiny, but it is kind of hard to capture this on video on a silver car. And then we'll test the water beading, which, well, it speaks for itself.
Well, as you can see, the car has got a really nice gloss to it, a nice shine, and it's water beading like crazy. Big beads that just roll off the car, whereas before it wasn't beading at all. The water was really just sticking all over the car. Now I mentioned at the start that I'd done this same ceramic coating to my WRX more than 6 months ago, so let's take a look at how that's been holding up.
The WRX has still got a deep glossy shine to it even after 6 months. The black really shows up better on video. and it's still very hydrophobic with nice beading.
As you can see, the coating on the WX is holding up really well after more than 6 months being on the car, and now that probably gets washed every couple of weeks or so. And if you'd asked me before I did the coating on the Mazda, I would have said it's holding up just the same as when I put it on. But comparing them side by side, the beads and the shine on the Mazda are definitely stronger, but that's not really to take much away from that. I think it is holding up really well after 6 months. Another thing that I've noticed with having the ceramic coating on the WX is how much easier it makes to keep the car clean. So this is the WX after it hasn't been washed for a couple of weeks. You can see a lot of that dust and dirt sitting on the paint. And I've found it so much easier to clean. It pretty much just washes straight off.
You still do obviously need to wash it properly to get it looking nice and clean, but it is so much easier. Quick tip, make sure you're using a car wash that is safe for ceramic coatings. I love how easy it is to dry a car that has a ceramic coating as well. The blower makes this a breeze. So for a little over $100 and a day's work, I reckon one of these DIY ceramic coatings is worth it. It's going to give you a nice glossy shine. It's going to give you some nice water beading, and it's going to make keeping the car clean a lot easier.